This is a puzzle that we did 2 weeks ago, and I just wanted to refresh your memory because we're going to go from here and explore some new ideas. So if you remember 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we had these meeples, and these meeples wanted to go out and line up maybe for a movie. And whenever they lined up, they had to have good conversations. And that meant that they could not be with the same people twice. So for example, did this work here? I'm actually going to have someone else ask people today because I don't see well from my laptop. So if some adults there can go around and ask the kids and make sure that all of the kids get to participate today, that would be really great because I have limited ability today. So if some adults could make sure that all of the kids contribute. So my first question here is, there's some problem here. The first week that they go and line up, the black, the blue, the yellow, and the red, they're all happy. They have conversations. The blue person has conversations with the black and the yellow person. The red person has conversations with the yellow person. So the second week, what goes wrong? The second week, we have, go ahead. Some adults can ask some of the other kids, please. I see an Aiden in there. So Aiden, can you tell me what's wrong with this second week? What goes wrong here?
Well, blue is still in its place, and yellow is still in its place.
That's right. So blue and yellow aren't happy because they have the same boring conversation 2 weeks in a row. So absolutely, that's not right. So this is all refresher from 2 or 3 weeks ago. Whereas this works. So here we have the blue happy because blue on the first week talked to black and yellow. And on the second week, blue gets a new conversation. So blue is happy and so is every other meeple. So that's great. We also experimented with this one here and we find that this didn't work. Avocado Cream, can you tell me which 2 meeples are not happy here? This is week 1 and week 2. Which meeples aren't happy?
Let's see.
Remember, they can't be, if they're talking this week.
Okay, I saw it. Yellow and red aren't happy because
exactly.
Week 1, yellow and red. Week 2, yellow and red.
Absolutely. So yellow and red aren't happy. Black is quite happy. Black, the first week talks to blue and the second week talks to red. So black's happy, no problem. Okay, this is the solution that we found 2 weeks ago. And there we go. So everybody's now happy. Yellow's happy. Yellow talks to red and blue the first week, and the second week, yellow talks to yellow and black. Okay, now it's time for a brand new puzzle. And this is it. I thought, what if we are exploring people lining up, we might as well explore what happens whenever they go to a classroom.
Oh, so now this is classroom.
Yeah. So, do you think this is possible? Everybody who thinks this is possible, let's, oh, I didn't want that. Everyone who thinks this is possible, I want a thumbs up. Do you think yes, or do you guess no? So Aiden gives 2 thumbs up. I can see that. I can see, let me just.
Jordan has thumb up.
Good.
Pretend I have like the thing in the middle.
Thumb down. Oscar is a thumb down. You can see that.
Good.
I have the one in the middle.
Thank you. Thumb up.
Okay, you can also press
Aria's
on Zoom thing
thumb up, I think. Up.
Okay. Some people are going sideways too, and that's fun.
Yeah, I'm going sideways.
Leanne,
It's a thumb up.
thanks for stepping in, Liana. That's great.
Thanks.
There's many people who think this is possible, and I'm not promising that it is. You know that sometimes I don't even try out my problems before I give them to you guys. So let's see if this is
an
possible.
impossible puzzle before, I think.
Solly, go ahead.
I think you might have given us an impossible puzzle before.
Oh, I've given you impossible problems before, for sure. So, and it's not always on purpose. Sometimes I don't know what the answer is, because I just like figuring it out with you guys.
Sometimes you're like, I don't know if this works. I don't know if this is possible.
Yeah. Okay, can I have a person contribute who has not contributed yet? Tell me how you would want these people, these meeples, sorted out this first week. So they're sitting in their classrooms for the first week. They're having conversations, and then we're going to have the same in the second week. And we want to make sure that nobody. So let's just show you how this works. So this person would not have a conversation with this person. These two people don't have a conversation. But in this case, yellow would have a conversation with all of these green meeples. Okay.
Okay.
You have a conversation with the people. You know, maybe you pass notes. You know how classrooms are. You pass notes. You are naughty in unbelievably creative ways. So here's yellow, and yellow is talking to these people, and that means that the second week, whenever we design the second week, we have to make sure that yellow wouldn't talk to any greens. That's the challenge. Can we do it? Okay. So can I have a volunteer kid? Just today, I'm going to ask for volunteers, and new volunteers all the time. Emmy and Emerson, please. Tell me what you would like me to do.
Put one of the greens in the corner.
Okay, this corner up here. I guess it doesn't make a lot of difference.
Put one of the greens in the other corner.
Okay.
At that corner. Put one of the, actually, it's not, I don't even think it's not possible.
You don't think it's possible? Why not?
Because each green is gonna control the 4 center squares. Actually, yeah, it will be possible, because
Okay.
you can put the yellow in the corner. So
It's good to be
But-
decisive.
the yellow in the corner.
So maybe, would it be easier if I labeled these? Like if I could label these.
But also, I think that since we also can't have any of the greens talking to each other in the second week, or any greens talking with the reds, then it's also not really possible. So
Okay, so you are hesitating now on whether it's possible or not. Let me just make these letters a bit bigger here. And there we go. Okay. And I'll put them in the middle. There we
Hey,
go.
I have a question. Can I ask a question while you're labeling?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm a little bit confused. We're arranging all these guys in this classroom, and then we're going to arrange a second classroom where they're not talking to the same people?
That's right. It's kind of
Or
two
in
weeks in a row.
color?
It's kind of
Okay.
2 weeks in a row. So the idea here is that they get bored of each other. Okay, so just
So-
like this was another puzzle that we did 2
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah, there's like a part
Mixed
2.
puzzles, but I think I get it. So the
Yeah.
first iteration is like a setup, like the first classroom, we're sort of setting ourselves up so that we can make another classroom where they don't talk to the same colors.
Exactly. So what goes wrong here, Leanna? What goes wrong? What doesn't work here?
I know.
I think
I
Adrian is
know.
faster than me.
The
Okay.
two reds. The two reds.
Oh, red is talking to red. Absolutely, both times. So this doesn't work.
And what is blue
What about
talking to yellow? Oh, in that last one, that was also not okay, right?
Blue talks to yellow twice. Yeah. The only one that's happy there is black. Black's the only color that's happy there.
And then you
Because
switched it. It looked like maybe it worked after that.
yeah, so here I fixed it, and now everything works. So this is kind of an interesting puzzle because you can design your own puzzles. What kind of combinations of numbers? Here we have 3 yellows, 2 reds, 2 blacks, and 2 blues. What combinations of colors make it possible to solve this for 2 weeks in a row? And you can also ask what combinations of colors make it possible to solve for more weeks. But right now, just let's focus on 2 weeks. We have this week here. We'll label this week number 1. I know what week number 1. I'll color the background black. How about that? And there we go.
Nice. That looks good.
Okay. Yeah, and then week number 2, we'll leave it white. So these are our 2 weeks, and go ahead, help make this work.
Wait. Who goes? Do I go?
So I see someone with a beautiful pink and blue and purple screen with their hand up. I don't know your name, and unfortunately today, because I'm not on my normal computer system, I can't read your names. So please go ahead, whoever's got that hand up and that beautiful background.
It's Reha, and
Hi, Ray.
I don't think it's possible because the 4 greens have to be in, like, can't be together. So
Ray, they could be together 1 week. Okay, so for example, we could have the greens all in a row this very first week. That would be fine because the greens are happy to talk to each other once. So for example, this would be a fine solution for one of the weeks. Another thing that you could think of is maybe they get together and they clump like this. So that would also be fine. But then for the second week, the greens cannot touch another green. They cannot talk the second week. If the first week's like this, the second week, they can't talk to each other. So go ahead, Rhea. Tell me where you think we should go here.
maybe if we go a green on M, another green on P, and another green on D, and then that one. So
we only have 4 examples of each color. So I'm happy to redistribute them if you want me to redistribute them. You want on the corners. So M, P, and D. Okay, got it.
And then maybe blue on I, L, H, and E.
Blue on H and E, like this.
And then L.
And L. So one thing I'm really enjoying here is your use of symmetry, because often in these puzzles, not always, but often, symmetry is kind of the key to understanding the puzzle. Even if it's not part of the solution, it's the key to understanding it. So I really like your use of symmetry here. And you could imagine that maybe this is going to work. So I'm really interested if this is going to work now.
There's no diagonals, right?
No, there's no diagonals. That's
Okay.
right. Diagonal people never talk to each other.
Okay, so then red could be B, C, and O.
B, C, and O. Okay, B, C, and N-O.
And then the rest squares are filled with orange.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. So this is week 1. So now I'd like everyone to take Rhea's idea, and I want you to think quietly before answering. I'd like you to think quietly. Do you think there is a solution for week 2? So just quiet for 17 seconds. Let's just think. Do you think this is going to be possible to solve for week 2? So let's just think here. Okay, I'm jumping to week 2, and anytime we can go back to week 1 to compare. So maybe I'll just keep on going back and forth and just let's see if we can get some ideas. Can I have someone who hasn't spoken yet today? Could I have them step up and say hello? And,
I think it's impossible with this setup.
and who is that speaking?
Solly. Solly.
Oh, hi, Sol.
Okay.
I thought it was somebody else speaking too.
One sec.
And Aria has his hand up.
Okay, Aria, please go ahead and tell me what you
And Seth
think.
has his hand up too.
So maybe we could do one of the greens could go to a different square, like over the one underneath D.
So would you like me to copy this same setup into the, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll just make it nice and small. So I will go like this, and then I will copy that so that you will see that tomorrow whenever we go into the next week. Okay, here we go. I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to make it nice and small, just so you can have it as a reference. There we go. Okay, now you get to see it.
So maybe we could put a new person. Maybe we could put maybe an orange on H.
An orange on H. Okay. And we know that oranges can't talk to each other anymore this week. So that means that D, G, and L do not have oranges because the oranges have already talked to each other the first week of class.
Which means it has to be blue. Oh, sorry.
Maybe green on D, L, and G.
Oh yeah, of course, that's the only color. That's the only color that we can use for yellow, right? Because the first week, yellow is touching red and blue and itself. So you're right, it has to be green in D and G and L.
Maybe a red could go on K. No, that won't work.
Let's Aria, let's focus on your yellow idea first of all. How are you going to place all of the yellows? You've done a good job placing one because
maybe we could put a yellow on A and C.
A and C. So
K and C.
K and C. Okay, K and C. Yeah, so I can see what you're doing. You're trying your hardest to surround yellows by greens because we know that that's the only color that yellow can see. You're trying your hardest. I can see that.
So yeah, we have to kind of like do it. So maybe that actually might not work because how do you get the colors separated from yellow when they're already like every color now is touching it? So you only have one green, so that won't work. So you kind of need to put those yellows. Maybe we might need to actually, so maybe you could put one of those reds in A, maybe.
I'm just
It's
interested
time for the poll.
how this yellow, if we just focus on yellow, Arya, let's get distracted with other colors.
Maybe let's not put a yellow on like one of them. Like maybe let's take the yellow that is next to J and put it away.
Okay, it has to go somewhere, Arya. It has
So
to go
may-
somewhere.
So then maybe we could put maybe we could take the green and put it on B, so that kind of like separates it out. But then
Absolutely.
it's more
So, Arya,
complicated.
you
to
have done a great job of making two of the yellows totally happy. Unfortunately,
There's no way to
fewer
make
yellows.
the other two happy.
Where on earth can you put those other yellows so that they're surrounded by greens?
Yeah. So you can't put them together
No. So,
because if that happens, you're gonna have to put them in one big square.
Someone said, sorry.
Yeah.
Someone said it's poll time.
oh, poll time. Thank you very much. Here we go. Here we're launching our poll. And there you
Oh, and don't say 10 plus just because there's more than one people watching in the Zoom.
That's right. It's only people watching in your home that you are counting. That's right.
In the place you are in, if you're, say, outside or in a car.
And for those of you who weren't here at the very beginning, I had a little bit of an emergency here, so I had to go to another city, and I just wanted to show you the beautiful view once again of Canmore, Canada. Here we go. That is
Nice.
the view that I am looking out at right now. And here's my dog lying on the bed.
Nice.
Kind of an impromptu setup right now with my laptop. Okay.
I think Rhea, Reha, is raising her hand.
Okay.
I see a hand up.
I'm going to go with Seth first because Seth hasn't spoken yet. Seth, go ahead and tell me about your ideas.
Okay, so I think this is impossible with the way we've set up the first week. Because Chelsea, what was I going to say? So orange has to touch only green and it can't touch anything else. And green also can only touch orange and itself. And that means that they have to somewhat house around each other in a way.
You're right. So yeah, green has to only touch yellow. Yellow has to only touch green. So at some point, there has to be some border to that region, the green-yellow region. We can call that the green-yellow group of delinquent kids in the classroom. And somehow, there has to be some other colors touching the green and yellow group. So you're exactly right. This looks impossible with this setup.
I think actually, never mind. I'll say something later. I'm
going to make the puzzle easier because it very well could be that this puzzle as we now have it is impossible. So I am going to take this puzzle and I'm going to make it a little bit easier. And this is how I'm going to make it easier. Right here. You can remove the annotations now.
Because they just look weird.
Yeah. I can remove them if you want me to. Okay, I'll remove them. Here we go. Clear.
As you can see, we're having technical difficulties. Okay, never mind.
No, we're not having technical difficulties. So I made it easier. A little bit, just a little bit easier.
Tiny little bit.
Yeah.
This may be possible, I think, because yeah. we could have the first time the yellows in the middle 4 squares and then just switch them around into the border squares, but then the others.
Okay, so we'll anyone who would like to solve this by themselves, I am going to now share in the notes. I'm going to share somewhere that they can go to, copy the link, and you can go on here and you can make your own presentation. Oh, sorry, let's go everyone. And there we go.
Yay.
Okay. Good. So you guys, you can either stick with me and join me here, or you can go forth and try to solve this by yourself.
I'm gonna stay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. This one here, I will tell you is possible. The other one that we've just looked at, I'm not telling you if that's possible or not possible. But this one is possible, and I think you'll enjoy finding the solution here. But it's not easy. So go ahead. Someone who has not contributed before this meeting, go ahead. I see someone with their hand up in their kitchen with a microwave behind them, I think, or an oven. Go ahead. You're up.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, hi, Emerson. Yes.
Yeah, my name is Emerson.
Yes.
So I do think the other puzzle was literally impossible. That's why I said if anyone were to solve it, I would shoot one of the muffins that I made earlier in a cannon to their house. But this puzzle might be solvable.
Yeah, this one is solvable. I'll tell you that right now. It is solvable. And,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe the gray one on the A and then the other gray one on the P.
Okay.
If anyone solves that, they still get the pet rabbit.
Not this
The old
one.
one. The old one, not this one.
Okay. There we go. Okay, here we go. So let's see. So one of these gray ones on A and one of them on P. Okay, done.
And now the blue one on M and the other blue one on the D one.
Okay. Again, I like your experimenting with symmetry. Whether this works or not, I don't know. But I like you experimenting with symmetry.
Yay, symmetry.
And we don't have to use the same ones for the different, like if I use certain ones for this one, I could use different ones. Say I don't use two of the red ones.
What is S?
I mean, I'm sure there's stuff I don't know, but
what does SOLLY spell?
That's Sully. And Aiden, the answer to Emerson's question is that you're dealing with exactly this number of meeples both weeks. So you have 2 grays on week 1, you have 2 grays on week 2. So you can't.
So put gray. Put one. I'm not doing the same idea. Put gray on M. One gray on
I
one.
want to try something else. Okay.
One
gray on M instead of this one here. We can pursue both of these. I've got them both recorded.
And then the blue
So
one
Emerson,
on the other. And then the blue.
Say Emerson.
Switch the gray.
hold on.
Switch one.
Give him a chance to talk.
Switch one of the gray or blue. Switch the gray and blue ones, and then put the. Well, not that one. Put the other blue in the other corner.
He doesn't know what quarter. You have to say a letter.
A. Yeah.
like that.
I could mind read. I could, no problem. I've got you. Got you.
It wasn't diagonal.
Thank you.
So here we've got Emerson's idea, and here we've got Aiden's idea for starters.
Could I finish the rest of mine?
Please.
Okay, so and then the green one goes on N.
Oh, sorry. Okay, got it. I'm guessing now what you want me to do. I'm guessing this. Am I right?
Yep. And then the other two green ones on B and G.
Now, why no symmetry there? I don't mind, but it's interesting.
Well, I'm just trying for fun, but
Yeah. So
that looks like since it's different from the other one, it might work.
So what I thought you were going to do is I thought you were going to say, okay, let's make it so that on this week, green only or blue only sees green. And that means that the second week, we have enormous flexibility with blue. Blue can go anywhere practically. So that's what I thought that you were.
Actually, could I change it?
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, whatever.
Okay. So I'll change it. I'll put the yellow ones on F and K, so it's not touching the green and can touch it in the second week.
Okay, F and K.
Same with the gray, so I could just put it in the corner in the second week, and there could be a gray and green surrounding it. Then the red ones on E, J, and O.
E, J, and O.
Then another red one on B.
Yeah.
And another, and the last two on G and L.
Right. Okay. So right now, reds are touching green, yellow, and gray. And that seems to be maybe, and yellows are touching, yellows are even worse maybe. Yeah, yellows are worse. They are touching themselves, yellow and red and green and gray. So the only things that yellow can touch the second week are blues. That's the only thing. Not an easy puzzle, right? Yeah. This is a nasty one.
No, red. My mom said red should be surrounding gray.
Okay, I can replace that over here.
We thought maybe to give gray the same advantage as blue.
Okay, so now you
I
have.
don't know if that helps any of the other ones.
Oh no, that was.
Is it worse?
Same ones like.
Well, it still means that yellow can only touch gray and blue, and it can't touch itself. So how are you going to make yellow happy? How on earth are you going to make yellow happy? Like this second week, you can, here we go. Like, how are you going to make yellow happy? I guess I could go like this and like this.
You could go in the corner.
Corner?
Like
Yeah,
the gray and the blue. Like if the gray and the blue were in the corner last time, and then yellow is in the middle and it's touching everybody, then we want to get it out of the middle.
Okay, so if you go like this, how many must be gray and blue? Remember, yellow can only touch gray and blue. There's only 4 total gray and blues. Altogether, there's only 4 little gray and blues. But how many gray and blues do we need here?
1, 2, 3, 4. We need too many.
Yeah, we need 8. We need B and C, H and L, O and N, I and E. We need 8.
We were so wrong.
So it's a nasty puzzle.
Oscar's talking about swap pairs. Maybe Oscar, you want to say a little bit about that?
Please.
Well, I was thinking about you take a pair of
Wait, listen to what he has to say.
what would them in week 1, say A and B, and swap them and put the result in week 2.
Okay, so so you're going to swap. Tell me what colors to put on A and B.
Well, what wasn't like you take it? Well, show me what week 1 was, and so I can see.
Well, I don't think we have a good week 1 yet, because yellow here, there was just nothing we could do with yellow on week 2.
Well, if we use that week 1, then if we swap pair A and B, then it'll be red and A, and gray and B for the second week.
Okay, but Oscar, did you understand that there's a problem with yellow?
I do see that there's a problem with yellow here.
There's no way that we can solve for week 2. It's impossible for us to solve for week 2 if this is week 1. So we have to come up with a different idea. And you know what? I think I'm going to give you guys, I don't usually give a hint, but I'm happy to give a hint in this case if you would like a hint. It's up to you guys. If you would like, are there people that, here's the answer. Anyone who does not want a hint, you can leave now. I'll say a farewell. Here's an early farewell to you guys. But if you want a little hint, and then we can talk about it next week. Anyone who wants to try to figure this out for themselves. Anyone who wants a little hint, stay here and I will give you a little hint right now for week 1 and week 2. Okay. Okay, so are you okay having a hint? Everyone who is still in the chat, you're okay? A thumbs up if you're okay for a hint. Okay, we've got a thumb up. We've got 2 thumbs up. Okay. So here we go. I am going to give a hint. I am going to tell you where, I'll let you choose 2 colors. And I will tell you where those 2 colors are on week 1 and week 2. And again, let's make week 1, I'll do this black. Okay, here's week 1. It's all black. And then week 2 will be white. So you tell me which 2 colors. Someone who has not spoken the entire meeting, you get to choose which 2 colors you want me to reveal. And I will reveal them for both week 1 and week 2.
Ezra and Jordan.
Ezra and Jordan, go for it. Which 2 colors would you like?
Green and red.
Green and red. Okay. Well, I will tell you that for week 1 in my solution, of course the weeks are interchangeable. This could be week 2 and the other one that I give you could be week 1. But this is my idea for green, just like this. And this is my solution for red. Okay. Just like this. And for week 2, here we go. For week 2, this is my solution for red. Okay, there we go. And this is my solution for green. Here we go. There. Okay. I think this was a good puzzle to give us a hint on, because not many puzzles I give hints, but in this case, it's a nasty little one. Arya, go ahead. Tell me what you're thinking for where we should go from here. So here's week 1. Go ahead, Arya. Or somebody else who is courageous and wants to try to solve this. Go ahead.
I think I've got a solution for the one we started out with.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. Okay, so I'm first of all going to do this one, and then I'll come back to you, Seth. Okay. So someone...
There's Hank who hasn't spoken
I
yet.
would love to hear from you, Hank. What do you think we should do now to try to solve this? This is week 1 and week 2. Do you have any ideas where we should put some of these other colors?
Maybe Hank's not hearing us.
Oh, somebody else who's hearing us, who can see the screen, participate in the puzzle, and can hear us. A bonus of all 3.
There's Matthew and Annalise. I don't think we've heard from them.
Matthew and Annalise. Yeah, please contribute. Go ahead, Matthew.
I think you should put the yellow on B.
Yellow on B. Okay. Keep on going.
And the blue on G.
Blue on G. So think about symmetry whenever we're doing this.
I said G, not D.
Oh, blue on G. Okay. Now, red cannot touch yellow, green, or blue in week number 2. Oh, sorry. Wrong one. There we go.
And I think another yellow should go on C.
Okay. So yellows cannot touch. In week number 2, yellows can't touch other yellows or blue or red. Oh my gosh, that's... Wait. I've told you this, and that means you have to put 4 yellows on here so they don't touch red or green. Oh, no, that's not true. It's red and blue. Okay, keep on going. Yeah.
And there should be a gray on N.
A gray on N.
On N. Yeah. And a blue on I.
Okay.
Blue on I.
So right now, I don't see any symmetry. And whenever you're learning a puzzle, quite often, even if it's not the solution, I'm not saying the solution to all puzzles is to be symmetric, but whenever you first start to explore a puzzle, I'd really encourage you to, first of all, think in terms of making it simple. Instead of solving a giant 10 by 10 puzzle, shrink it down and solve a little bitsy 2 by 2. Experiment with symmetry. So try these things, because if you just put in what you feel, okay, we'll put the other gray one over in L. And if we just throw them in there, there's so many ways that we could do that, right? Symmetry is a way to limit our options. So I'm going to go to Is there anyone who's got their hand raised that hasn't contributed yet, that we could explore some new ideas? Anyone who hasn't contributed yet?
Maybe Hank is ready. I don't know. Hank, are you ready to share something? Looks like he is, but
okay, Hank, go ahead.
Put yellow in L, I, N, and G.
Okay. So now we know that yellow can't be touching red and it can't be touching green. And if we go up here, there's unfortunately only 2 spaces that don't touch red or green. So we know that this can't work, Hank. We know that there's a problem. Yellow cannot touch both green and red. Otherwise, there is no space. So what I want for the next person who contributes is I want you to look for a way to put in these yellows so that it somehow is looks like another shape on here. And you're going to be looking at maybe symmetry across this diagonal axis. So experiment, just what might that look like? Okay, just let's go for it. I'm not going to explain anymore because it's just going to get lost in too much talk, not enough math. Okay, go ahead. Someone else who wants to experiment. We know that yellow cannot touch both red and green. It could touch one of them, but not both of them.
I've got something to add here that'll still leave it symmetrical. I and B and L can all be yellow. Then it'll still be symmetrical along that axis.
I, N, B, and L.
G and L. G as in ghost.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is this going to be possible?
I
Yellow?
actually mean B instead of G.
Oh.
So move the one on G to B.
Okay. G to B. Okay, got it. Okay.
And then leave the I.
Okay. So I want everyone to take 10 seconds quiet and to think, is it possible to solve for the second week? Here we've got the first week. Is it possible to solve for the second week with yellow positioned like this? Okay, so again, this is the second week. Can we place yellow so that it's happy? This is the first week. This is the second week. Can we place all of those yellows so that they're happy? Is it possible? We've got a thumbs down. 1 thumbs down. We've got a, yeah, go ahead, give thumbs down, thumbs up. So the question is, can yellow, if this is week 1, this is week 2, can yellow be happy in week 2? Okay, so someone who was feeling strongly, yes, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, who's got your hand up like this? Yes. And who has the painting behind your left?
So I've got a week 1 and a week 2.
You've got a week 1 and week 2.
So I'll share my week 1. So red on A.
Okay.
Red on A, yellow on B, C is gray, D is yellow.
Slow.
And then we have E is green.
Yeah, I've got
F is red.
red.
G is Y.
Which color?
is yellow.
Yeah, I understood. Yeah, Y.
And then H is gray. And then I is blue. And then the two over there are good. And then L would be what? Yellow.
Yep, I've got it. Okay, I've got it all. So,
and then blue would be N.
okay, we've got cheering going on, supportive cheering. So,
And
why
then
why do you like this idea? What's before we deal with your week 2? Why do you like this for week 1? Are you optimistic?
Because this week 2 will kind of work, and then it kind of like takes base, and none of them will be like touching.
Yeah. For example, gray here, it has got great flexibility. The only thing it has to avoid is yellow. Blue has got great flexibility. The only thing it needs to avoid in week 2 is green. Red has got okay flexibility. It has to avoid both yellow and green. Green has got reasonable flexibility. It just has to avoid blue and red. So there's a lot of flexibility in here. Now, let's see, where are you going to place yellow in week number 2? So I'm going to get somebody else now to tell me where yellow is going to go in this second week, so that it works. So this is week 1, and this is week 2. Can you tell me where yellow works? So someone who hasn't contributed a lot so far, if you can, if someone can help choose someone who hasn't contributed a lot.
Maybe Ezra. Yeah.
Ezra.
I think yellow should go in a square of C, D, G, and H.
Okay.
And then that way it helps, because then there's a straight row down here, and it will be easy for the two other colors to avoid the ones they've already talked to.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this here, and I'm going to put that up here just for reference and shrink it down. Here we go. Wow, with sound effects. I love shrinking with sound effects. There we go. Okay. So yellow still has to be careful. It's not seeing red. That's good. So somebody else want to help from here? Yep, I see in your striped black and white. Go ahead.
So the ending could be 2 blues on B and F, and 2 grays on J and N.
Right. Okay. So that looks like everybody is happy. Blue is seeing only green the first week, and on the second week blue does not see green, so blue's happy. And you can see the same for every other color. So I thought this was a beautiful result. I mean, it's not an easy puzzle, right? That was a pretty challenging puzzle. But you can see the symmetry here. Whenever I would cut this down here, and I would bend this solution across the reds, you can see that the yellows go onto the greens and the grays go onto the blues. So you can kind of imagine that flap like a bird flying there. And I think it's a beautiful little bit of symmetry. You guys can create your own puzzles. I would love to see them, and I will try to solve them if we meet on a future date. I will try to solve your puzzles. I have later on in this presentation, I've I've got this one, for example, and you can choose any number of these kind of scary looking meeples and tell me, is this possible to solve with 5 different colors for 2 weeks? Would this be possible to solve for maybe in 3 weeks? So you can ask, you can come up with all sorts of puzzles. And I find these puzzles potentially very difficult to solve. But I will try to solve any ones that you come up with. Any comments before we say goodbye? This is
those star-looking puzzles, like the one you're on now. There's no diagonals, so of course you can solve it.
Oh yeah, I have different rules for that. Thank you. I have different rules. This one is touching. These circles are touching. So for this one, I've come up with new rules. Thank you for saying that. Otherwise, you would have laughed and you would say, well, that's a silly puzzle.
You can pretend it's a plus sign. Yes. And they are together horizontally or vertically.
Absolutely. So that would be the other way to solve it, is to keep the same rules and to just, oh, no, I don't want to do that far. I just want to do it like that. To keep the same rules, but to rotate it like that. Yeah. So either one of those works. And you can come up with your own rules for when circles are connected to other circles. And I will obey your rules. Whatever rules you make, I'll follow them, and I'll try to solve the puzzles that you come up with. So, okay. Any last moments and before we say goodbye? Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, and I had really so much fun in this class.
Oh, I'm so happy. Tomorrow, I should be back in my normal room, and you don't have to imagine that you don't have to share a bed with my dog here. You can be very happy that I'm going to be back in my normal place next time we see each other.
Okay, and I'm gonna probably fix up my camera next time.
Okay. Well, mine will be fixed too. So that'll be our job for next time.
I didn't exactly solve the original puzzle, but I have gotten everything to be touching every other color in 1 week.
Okay, so for anyone who wants to stay, I'm going to stay with Seth and figure out what he's talking about. And otherwise, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody else. Or older kids from now on. Okay, take care.
Thank you. I enjoyed all the puzzles.
Good.
Okay,
bye.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait,
It was amazing.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
bye.
Okay, Seth. So tell me what you've solved, Seth.
Basically, with the original puzzle, I haven't done it so that everything works with 2 weeks, but I have done it so that every single color hits every other color, including itself, in 1 week. If that makes any sense.
Every color hits itself.
Well, I mean.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I make every single color as happy as it can be in the same week.
So you're kind of solving to make it impossible that there will be a week number 2. You're saying everyone will have a conversation with everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me the pattern.
Okay, so this is kind of a random, not symmetrical pattern. So I think there's possibly many different solutions for the sort of puzzle I've devised up. But basically, the top row I put red, green, orange, orange.
Red, green, orange. So yeah, I'd like you to stay as symmetric as possible. So I want you to stop unless there is symmetry here. Is there symmetry or is it quite random looking?
I guess there is kind of some symmetry, but there's not really much symmetry at all. Okay. I don't think there's actually any symmetry.
Okay, so I want you to rework this right now, just on the fly. I'm asking you to solve it in front of other people. I want you to rework this. I want you to get the same result, but having a very symmetric solution. And the objective here is maybe you can expand this to prove more things. Whenever you use symmetry, you're going to be able to explore other things. So go ahead, try to make it as symmetric as possible in some way, Seth.
Okay, I guess you could put on I, M, and N green.
I, M, and N green. Okay.
Next step is kind of symmetrical, sort of. You could possibly put blue on F, J, O, and P, which isn't exactly symmetrical, but if you were working with a 3x3, that would be very symmetrical in my opinion. Because the blue goes down here. Yes.
So what I'm thinking about is I think you should go and play around with this. I like your idea. Your idea is to it's kind of the opposite. You want to make every color talk to every other color.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to make a harder puzzle than this one. This is not a hard enough puzzle set. I can do this. I can answer your question in probably 100,000 different ways. So this is not a hard enough problem. And I think whenever you go away and you try to solve this, you'll realize, oh my gosh, I can solve this in so many ways. So it stops becoming really interesting. So I think what you should do, I adore your puzzle, but I think you need to make it way tougher. Okay? Way tougher. And I don't know exactly how to do that right now, but if you want, I'll explore this idea with you. I will co-design this puzzle with you. You're welcome to take it and design it all yourself if you would like as well. But I think it's a really good idea. So I think you should do it and we can present it together maybe in 2 weeks if you like that idea.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to present this together in 2 weeks, your idea. Okay?
Yep.
And I will not work at it for this next week. I will work at it starting next Monday, so that I become a little bit familiar with it. Do you like that idea?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So now I'm going to say goodbye to you, and I'm just going to have a final little chat with the adults, and I will see you next. I'll see you tomorrow, but I'll also see you next Monday to discuss this puzzle.
I guess then.
Okay, take care. Yeah. Okay. So that was actually I didn't love that class. So I don't know. I don't like giving hints ever. I didn't like that.
But if you had not given hints, I'm not sure they would have gotten it.
No. They definitely wouldn't have. They were not. Symmetry, I think, is a more difficult. I don't have a good way to describe what I would like, other than showing. I don't know exactly how I could have done it better. Maybe it's just needs to be with an older age group. Yeah. Anyway, this was a crazy week. So I'm forgiving myself for not being totally prepared for this. But this probably deserved to be at a higher age level.
And smaller examples won't work. So is that the reason why you go 4x4?
Yeah, it was definitely the most interesting puzzle of all of them. Like I played with quite a few, and this was definitely the one that, it was quite highly constrained. It looks like there might only be one solution to it, which is amazing. So finding that. But no, this puzzle needs a lot of work before I'd be happy with it, presenting it again. So thumbs down from the pedagogy point of view.
But they all enjoyed it, I think.
No, I didn't see all of their faces. I don't have a good view. Certainly some of the kids really liked it, but I would guess that there's going to be some kids who didn't really like that too much. I don't know. I mean, we are dealing with a pretty exceptional group of kids, so it's possible that just because of that, it was okay. But certainly this was not something I could present like that to many kids.